Cool. Let's talk about my white box and what I keep inside of it. So this is probably my number one question I get asked. So this is the number one question I get asked on my channel is what do I store in my white box and what is it? So it's called a Vittles Vault. It's made in America. It's basically a pet food container, and I've adapted it to store things. I've screwed a handle on the back, and then I've attached some rod holders to it as well. And as you can see, it fits perfectly in the back of my kayak, and then I can store multiple rods in the back. And if I wanted to, I can add leashes on here to try to attach the rods, but I tend to find I don't do that very often. And then the elastics from the kayak just go around it, and that holds it in place. Yeah, it's basically just a pet food container. It's called a Vittles Vault. I think you can get them in the UK. When I'm making this video now, I think you can still get them. They've obviously gone up in price, but yeah, if you can get hold of one, really useful. Right, the big reveal. What do I store? Well, it depends what I'm doing. If I'm sea fishing, it's different. If I'm wild camping, it's different. And to be honest, every time I go out, there's different items in there. However, the main items that I store in there when I go wild camping are the ones that are in there now, and I'll show you. The best thing about this tub is it's 100% waterproof. I've obviously siliconed where I've drilled in, put the rod holders and stuff on, but it is basically my waterproof container where I put all my electronics that I don't want to get wet, you know, because when I'm on the kayak it can rain or water splashes on and so on. So this is my waterproof sort of area I keep everything, and I'll open it up and show you. It just unscrews like so, and I've attached a cord to it so it doesn't fall off, and I can just leave that on the side. My first item, my camera. So I've got a Canon camera. I'll get this out, show you. Then a neat little carry bag. It's got a little carry case like this, and as you can see, everything's double waterproofed because it's expensive kit. So I have a Canon M50 that I carry with me, and this is if I want to take any decent photography. So yeah, carrying my camera with me. That's normally when I've stopped on the islands and stuff when I want to take pictures. I've just got a normal 50mm lens, and then I've also got a light in there which I can put on top of the camera if I'm doing any filming in the tent or at night. And then I've got 4 spare batteries that I put in there as well, and then my little charger. Yeah, so that's my camera. Next big item I'm going to pull out is my drone. So I carry a MAVIC Mini 2. Get it out. It comes in a great little carry case. I think you can get MAVIC Mini 3s now, which are obviously a lot better, more expensive, but got more features. I bought this years ago, still going strong, even though I crashed in the water before. On a trip out here, actually I hit a tree and went in a river and then actually launched out of the river again. But yeah, so I've got 3 batteries, so I've got this nice little battery bank here. Each battery gives me about a 20-minute flight, and I can use this as a power bank. So if I'd run out of power banks and I needed to use this, I can actually use this as a power bank. But I've got 3 20-minute flights. Make sure I charge that and that before I go. And yeah, my little MAVIC Mini 2, which you've seen some drone footage of me doing. So yeah, that's my other big electronic item that I store in my box. Let's close that up. And in a dry bag. Only because they're expensive electronic items, and just in case water does get in there somehow, I want to make sure these are 100% waterproof. Oh, so that's my camera and my drone. What else do I store in here? Next big item. I just have a fishing box with me. It's a lot of lures, but I carry different sizes, you know, spare hooks, little lures to play around with, some pliers, a float, and so on. Yeah, just my little tackle box. I carry loads of stuff in it. Some spare traces for the pike. And that is my tackle box. Cool. Next item is my first aid kit. I'll do a separate video on this, but I'll show you everything I keep in it. But it's got everything from bug spray to bug pens, bandages, painkillers, and so on. But yeah, it's quite a hefty first aid kit for for a week. There's a lot of things that can happen, and especially with the with old Lola over there, we need to make sure that we're good to go. So yeah, first aid kit. Next thing, I carry my power banks in my sort of GoPro bag. I'll just unzip it up. I carry all my cables in there to charge my phone, my watch, the GoPro, the camera, and a cable to charge power banks if I can get hold of a power source at a campsite. I generally carry 3 power banks with me. All 3 of them are 20,000 milliamps. I think it's 20,000. And these 3 will last me a week, and that's charging things like my bug light, my head torch, my phone, GoPros, so on. In here I've got some spare GoPro batteries. I carry 5 on me, fully charged. I've got a plug in case I go to a campsite or stay somewhere, and I can then recharge all of this. So yeah, that goes in there and there. So that's how I recharge everything when I'm out here, is my all my power banks. Zip that up. Cool. Right, next item, wash kit. So what I carry in here, I've got some contact lenses, toothbrush, toothpaste. I've got some blister pads in case I get blisters on my feet with having wet feet all the time. Some moisturizer. I carry some smidge with me so that I can get the bugs away. I've got a little thing of washing up liquids so I can wash my hands, especially when I'm doing my contacts. I've also got a little thing of shampoo in case I want to wash my hair, because my hair can get quite minging after a couple of days. I've got a little tub of hand cream and / moisturizer, and I think that's it. That's my wash kit, and it lasts me a week. Good to go. Cool. Next item. I just have another sort of little fishing bag with me today. It's just full of Robala lures. I just like playing around with these. These work really well in Loch Lomond. Well, to be honest, most lochs in most places. They're just like little finesse lures and things that are made by a guy called Robert Adam. So if you want to hit him up, he's on Facebook. Just look him up. They're really good lures and they work really well. Cool. Next thing, suntan lotion. I carry P20. I can put this on once in the morning. It lasts me all day. Great bit of kit. I just leave this in the box all the time, no matter where I'm fishing, wherever, because you never know with the sun. Even when it's overcast, you get burned. So always have sun cream with it. So next item. Right, head torch. Head torch, which is USB rechargeable, so I can recharge off my power banks. And then I've got the famous bug light, which I've shown you before. Just a little video of that on the screen now, so I don't have to get it out, but that is my bug light. Made by, called a B-Way. It's great bug light. What else? I just got a few other bits in here, sort of camera gear, some spare line, a pair of pliers, so if I'm fishing I need to get a hook out of a pike. Got some pliers, GoPro mounts. In here I've got some spare batteries and a spare head torch in case my head torch fails. And then I've just got some GoPro mounts, and that is it. At the moment, so I've got a float in there, and well, in case I want to do some dead baiting for pike. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's all I've got in there at the moment. When I'm going sea fishing, there's a lot less in there. It's just fishing stuff, maybe some lunch, sun cream, a few other bits. But when I go wild camping, that's what I keep in there: my electronics, wash kit, first aid, and fishing gear. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll crack on with the fishing. It's a warm one today. It's like sunstruck territory, this. No wind, boiling hot. Oh, let's go do some fishing.